Hey, how's it going, everyone? What is up, and welcome back to the channel, and kind of like a top 5 list for characters that I think needs to return, based on kind of what I've heard from the community, and, based on my knowledge of Mortal Kombat and everything else. These are just the characters that I'd like to see back, I've seen the community want to see back, and I overall think it would help keep MK alive, MK11 alive, to the point that NetherRealm wants it to stay alive, which is when Injustice 3 gets announced, which I still think is a little bit off, contrary to what some people believe. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, and also like the video. It helps out the channel more than you could ever know. And don't forget to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you want me to talk about. I love doing suggested videos, so make sure to leave them. And also, don't forget about me streaming, guys. I stream on twitch.tv/TootenTV. A lot now. I really don't have like a set schedule yet, but I am working on that. We were streaming for about 9 hours yesterday evening, so if you guys are interested in that, we are streaming Escape from Tarkov tonight. So if you guys are interested in that, link is in the description down below, so check that out. I'll see you guys there, hopefully. But with all that being said, let's jump into this one. So the number 5 character that I think needs to return in Mortal Kombat 11 is Havoc. Havoc has been a very, very requested character in Mortal Kombat since he showed up in the MKX comics. That was when I remember hearing the name a lot, but since then he's been name dropped so many times in MK11, especially in Aftermath. We've heard that motherfucker's name like 20 times. Chaos Realm has also been hinted at, as well as Order Realm, especially again in the end of Aftermath. This character has just got an amazing design to him, really. He's got an amazing design and amazing potential for his new moveset, being as he can decapitate himself and survive, rip his limbs off and survive. He's really built differently. So I just think he would be a cool character to actually revamp and revisit in MK11, seeing as the last time we saw him was in Armageddon. The next character I think needs to come back is definitely Takeda. Takeda was one of my favorite characters from MKX. He was probably the best new character with the Combat Kids, being between Jackie, Kunja, Cassie, and himself, and probably like one of the best characters out of all the new characters from MKX, which there was a lot, being Devora, Ferrator, all the Combat Kids, and Aaron Black, of course. Most of them actually made it into MKX, or MK11. I think the only ones that are missing are Ferrator, Kunjin, and Takeda. I think Takeda is one of the main ones that needs to come back because he was one of the most popular ones that I remember, and he also had some of the coolest movesets, and I think for MK11 he has the coolest gear potential out of all the characters I can really think of to bring back, besides maybe Ferrator. The next character is definitely Natara. Natara has such cool potential in MK11. Natara is a vampire. She hasn't been seen since, I believe, again, Armageddon. She is one of the OG 3D era characters, OG 3D era characters, Jesus, words. She has really, really cool character design. I think her gear has the potential to be amazing in MK11. Really step it up from what we have seen being RoboCop. His gear was not that cool. I just think she has amazing potential for gear, and obviously her moveset could be really cool. We've already seen the cape cancels with Spawn in MK11, and Natara having vampire wings. I think that adds a whole new level of gameplay with float cancels and maybe even air dashes in MK11, which, we had air dashes in Injustice 2, but none in MK so far, and I'm really waiting to see when we actually get air dashes in MK, because I think they're really cool, whether it be Injustice or Dragon Ball or Marvel vs. Capcom. I just think air dashes are really cool, and I think a cool character to start with for air dashes would be Natara. Next up, a character that really hasn't been talked about a whole lot in the community, but every time I do talk about him, he seems to be very popular among the community, and that's Hydro. Hydro is a character that I don't think has ever actually been in a Mortal Kombat game. He was in a Mortal Kombat live-action short on YouTube, I believe. I think it was Anthologies or something like that. He is basically the cyborg version of Rain, and he's a really well-designed and cool character. I think he could definitely be a cool replacement to Rain, seeing as Rain's already been in DLC and MK, being MK9. I think he'd definitely be a cool version of Rain to like kind of swap out instead of just doing basic ass Cyber Rain. Have Hydro as the replacement character, and you could eventually play him into the story in MK12 or 13. I think he'd be a cool replacement for Rain and add that another depth for MK11 being a water-based character and also another cyborg. And of course, you know my number one character that I think needs to return, and that is Smoke. Smoke hasn't been seen since MK9, and he's played such a big part in the story, especially in MK9 with Cyber Sub-Zero and Sub-Zero in general. I really don't know why he's been left out of the game for 2 games at this point, but I definitely think he needs to return in MK11. He definitely needs to be played back into the story in MK12, but I think he would make a good return in MK11 as DLC, and then be played back into the story in MK12. He's one of my all-time favorite characters. He's got a cool-ass moveset, cool-ass character design, so much potential for his gear and everything else. I just think he's an all-around cool character, and he definitely needs to return. Of course, honorable mentions to Melina and Cyrax and Sector. I just think there are other characters that need to come back a lot more than those 3 that we haven't seen in a long time. But that is going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. I know this video is a little bit late going out because my fiance had a doctor's appointment today, so this video is a little bit late getting out, and I was too lazy after a 9-hour stream last night to actually edit it and everything else. I'm recording it now, so you're hearing past me talking about future events. But that's where this video ends. If you don't want to hear me plug myself and all of the shit that you can do to support the channel, if you don't want to hear about that stuff, you're more than welcome to click off now. Thank you for watching. That means a lot. But if you do want to hear me plug myself and potentially support the channel, here we go. If you guys would like to support on the Patreon, you can become a $1 Patreon supporter, and you get to see the bi-weekly podcasts that are no longer going to be solo. I think I'm going to be bringing on my trusted viewers bi-weekly to talk to me on a podcast about everything MK and everything else. We're still going to try to get our big guests on the other bi-weekly podcast, but I think we're going to get viewers on the bi-weekly. So you do have to be a supporter on Patreon to have the opportunity to do that, but you only have to be a $1 supporter. And also, if you guys would like to be a $5 supporter, you do get to see the videos early, so that's awesome too. Also, if you guys would like to support the channel in another way, if you guys do drink Gamer Energy drinks, Choo Choo Energy is a great choice. They have 7 different amazing flavors to keep you hydrated and focused while you're playing your video games, and you can use code Tooten for 10% off if you are interested in that. I hope you guys did enjoy the video, though. That's where I'm going to end it. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Tooten. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.